We start today's episode with a huge game against AC Milan at home in the Champions League. This is the sort of tie that we were dreaming of when we qualified for the Champions League and the whole run-up to the Champions League. One of the most successful sides in European football history are coming to Elland Road. Not only do we start the episode with a big game, I have a couple of big announcements as well for the channel and other things aside as well. You'll see in the description, at the top of every description now, there's a link to Elgato. I've been very, very lucky to be officially partnered with Elgato now moving forward. As you guys know, I use Elgato products to record my content, whether it be the green screen behind me or the capture card in my computer or the key lights I use to keep me well lit in videos. You guys can now click on the link down below in the description at the top of that, and it will take you to the Elgato website where you can see all of the products that I use. And if you would like to start creating your own content or improve your own setup if you already do create content, then that's a great place to start on that link down below. That's announcement number one. Announcement number two is that tomorrow will be my final live stream on Mixer. Because the homecoming is real, I'm moving back to Twitch as of Monday, and Football Manager streams will be returning as well. So if you want to make sure that you don't miss out on any Football Manager content, there's a link in the description as well to my Twitch channel where I'll be returning Monday for Football Manager streams. The FIFA streams I already do will continue on Twitch as well, as will the Warzone streams. F1 might return, or will return if the new game gets announced. And I'm very excited to be moving back home to Twitch as well for the foreseeable future. So everyone that was previously subscribed on my Mixer account, I will gift you a subscription on Twitch so that you don't lose your investment. And of course, if you'd like to come across and follow, then there's a link in the description down below as well. Two big announcements moving forward, but hopefully, moving on from that, we can continue our great form this season here at Leeds by winning at home against AC Milan. Arguably the biggest side that we've ever played in this save. Well, Atletico Madrid and obviously Manchester United. And seems like that would have a part to play in that conversation. But of course, we can continue our good Champions League form so far. On paper, it looks like we're evenly matched. We'll focus on playing well. I don't know who's in their starting lineup, but back in my starting lineup, perhaps quite risky to put him in there, is Ben White. So hopefully we could be just as solid as we have been so far this season defensively, and more so now that Ben White is back in the starting 11. We've a number of games to be played and simulated today. It's going to be a busy episode, but hopefully it'll be one that we can be successful in. We got a win against CSK Moscow. Let's go and get a win against AC Milan. Donnarumma in goal for Milan. Wait and see what the formation is. I saw Callum Hudson-Odoi in that starting lineup, as well as Rafael Leao, Soyuncu at centre-back, Kenny Teta at right-back, Theo Hernandez at left back for them. A strong starting lineup from AC Milan. I was genuinely curious to know what their 11 would look like. Intrigued to see Callum Hudson-Odoi playing his football at the San Siro. But he's back in England for this game, and hopefully we can be back to winning ways. Wendell tackled comfortably. Orlan will play this down the line to Marlon. Now, Milan actually lost their opening game of the group stage against Ajax. I was surprised to see that. We'll get this in here to Jadon Sancho. Oh, can't get past Hernandez. He's done really well there. He's going to be just as quick as Jadon Sancho in this. Ajax are 1-0 up against CSK already. Hernandez is going to be just as quick as Jadon Sancho on the wing. And Hudson-Odoi is going to be, oh wow, just as quick as Hakimi or anyone else. Oh, at wing back for me, it's going to be a really intriguing game of football, this one. Suso will take the corner for them here in the 13th minute. I am fully expecting this to be one of, if not the, most difficult game we've played all season. That was just a random anywhere will do clearance, but Kenny Teta is doing well enough there to hold off Donyell Marlon. Suso's going to be good on the ball. Wendell pokes that forward here to Rafael Leao, hero of the FC Köln series. And Hakimi clears away as there was a man at the back post looking to steal in and give Milan a 1-0 lead. They have certainly dominated these opening few stages. That was a terrible clearance from Jadon Sancho, and Rafael Leao comes back to haunt us. How many times did you see me doing that in the FC Köln series? What was that defensive clearance from Sancho? Did he even get anything on it? I don't even know. I don't even know if he actually got anything on that. Regardless, it was terrible and tucked home by Leao, and we're 1-0 down. Not the start we needed here. Forward into Sancho. Hakimi across to Adams. Tyler Roberts. Forward to Sanchez. Roberts can keep that run going, and Orlan turned to try and play him in, but wasn't able to do it. Rafael Leao to Wendell. Where's this going to go? Back to Hernandez, down the line to Callum Hudson-Odoi, who should be fast enough to keep that in. Whips in a great cross, and Suso's there with the header, but kept out by Stefan Engel. Oh, we are not necessarily playing that well here, and AC Milan are playing really well. Benassa has done well to win it off me. I didn't think that was a foul, really. It felt like he just outmuscled me. But I'll take the free kick and get possession back. We'll squeeze that through that gap there to Orlan, and Tyler Roberts is making moves. I'm going to try and use that run as a decoy. Couldn't do it. In the end, tried to turn back to try and give him the ball. I wasn't able to do that either. I can't do anything against AC Milan offensively in this game. And defensively, they keep cutting me apart as well. Here's Kenny Teta down the right-hand side. Cross could come in. It does so. And Hakimi has spine for another Milan corner. There have been a number of games so far this season, both Manchester sides, in fact, included in this, that have really dominated me offensively, and I've kind of been pinned for most of the game, but we have won both games on those occasions. We did, however, not concede on either of those occasions. It was 1-0 against United in the last minute, admittedly, and 2-0 against City. We're 1-0 down here already, so we are going to have to go one step better than those games if we're to see this out. I'll knock this short for Renato there. Try and spin. Got no options, really. There's Marlon. Work it back quickly and see if we... Oh, there's no need for the fancy pass. Oh, no. I hate the way they do that. Orlan to Tyler Roberts. Accelerate away and finish. Everything but the last. Lima somehow squeezes its way past Tyler Adams. This is good football. Oh, it's superb football. That's a wonderful goal from AC Milan. It's 2-0 and absolutely deserved. Wendell is the man that puts it in the back of the net, but that was a whole team move. That pass was unnecessary. That pass was unnecessary. Rafael Leao is running the show. And that's a really good first time finish too. Smashed home. Oh, Engel got a big hand to it, but couldn't get it past the post. Outrageous goal from AC Milan. After starting the episode with some really exciting, positive announcements, we're following it up at the minute with a really negative 2-0 deficit to AC Milan. Can we grab one back before half-time? Orlan twisting and turning, trying to find a way through. Oh, but Lima puts in the tackle. Renato, back there to Sancho. Renato to Tyler Roberts. Tyler Adams across. Ajax 3-0 up now against CSKA, so they will go top of the group. And I'm not sure what the scoreline was in... I haven't had a single shot on target all game. I don't know what the scoreline was between Ajax and AC Milan, but... Oh, I can't... Oh, we'll probably be going behind them in the group and get knocked down to third after this result, unless we can somehow turn it around. But I am yet to have a single shot, I think. I've had one. Amazing. I had one shot so far. Unbelievable. AC Milan are dominating me like no other side has for a while. Yes, the Manchester sides had me pinned in my own half, but they just couldn't find a way through. Milan are doing the dominating on the scoreline as well as on the field of play in general. And even in the games against both Manchester sides, I was able to create something in front of goal. I've had nothing in this game whatsoever. Unbelievable performance. Real job being done on us here away from home by the Italian Giants. but they deserve it. They've been outstanding. Santimina, Hudson-Odoi, Lema, down to Teo Hernandez into the middle and away, please. Adams up well. Hernandez wins the header though. Lema's in the box. Don't foul him. Wendell's already got one. The footwork is unreal. The finish is just as good. I'm being ripped apart, lads. Ripped apart. Into Renato. Across here to Tyler Adams. Into Tyler Roberts. I'd like to get something in this game. I'd like to score at least one, just to prove to myself that I can actually compete with AC Milan. Because at the minute, I feel so out of my depth in this game. Just not encountered something like this before. Look at the defensive shape of them, though. So many men back behind the ball. How are you supposed to break through that? It's bad enough when it's still 0-0, let alone when they've taken a 3-0 lead. We've got one back through Tyler Roberts. I mean, it's probably over, but it gives us a lifeline. I'll try and get something back from this, but it's going to be a long shot. Suso. Cross could come in. Oh, he's tearing me apart. Milan are so good on the ball. Their dribbling and flowing passing has just been disgusting all game long. Here's Lima. Cross there to Wendell, who's on a hat-trick, looking for an assist. Engel holds on and holds on well. Bowl this out quickly to Jadon Sancho. Look for Renato. Oh, who's fouled by Wendell. Cynical, clever. It's going to be a yellow card for him. 2 goals and a yellow. Not quite the hat-trick he was hoping for, I imagine. But I'm still be delighted with his contribution in the game. Look at this. Still 10 men behind the ball. Oh, and Banassa gets in and they'll come at me in the counter-attack. So hard to break down. I've not encountered a defence that's set up like this. I don't think ever in FIFA. Even when you play lower league teams or lower half of the table teams and they set up defensively against you, I've still not encountered that many men behind the ball in such a fashion before. Just ridiculously deep defending from AC Milan. But it has worked for them. Tyler Roberts is here. And Orlan's gone again. And Tyler's there again. And we have a second back. But there's only 90 seconds of the game left. It's too little too late. A Roberts brace to match Wendell. I'm pleased that we've been able to fight back. It gives me confidence that this might just be a one-off performance and we can do something back at San Siro later in the season. But that first hour from AC Milan was impeccable. Absolutely world class. Ajax win 4-1 against CSKA. That win, or that pulling back of the result for us might mean that we stay above them in the group. I'm not sure. Roberts was superb again for us as well. We deserve more. They were the better team. I can't deny that. There's absolutely no way I can deny that. Up next for us is Chelsea. Ha 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 ha. Lovely. Things don't get any easier, do they? Barcelona have offered me the manager's role there twice this season. I don't want it, lads. Sorry. Chelsea coming up next. First versus fourth in the Premier League. Chelsea's 11. Kepa, Arrizabalaga, Reece James, Wesley Hoot, Berda and Emerson, Fabian and Milinkovic-Savic, Rafinha, Dybala, Rodrigo, wow, and the return of Tammy Abraham up top. Calvert-Lewin on the bench, Bentancur as well, Andrea Belotti. Asensio is going to be a good player for them as well if he enters the field at some point. Chelsea offensively look really good with that starting lineup. I'm not overly sure about their defensive line though. That might be leaky. Hopefully it will be leaky. But we were leaky in the last game. We need to plug those leaks. Ben White back to full fitness. Hopefully we'll be back to full performance. Cunha. It's only just occurred to me as I'm building up the play here that I've actually come into this game with my reserve side accidentally. I pray I don't regret that mistake. Rafinha getting forward here. Turns me well. Forward into Fabian. Across to Reece James. Delivered in and away by Brandon Cooper. I meant to start with my full strength 11. What I did is I saw Ben White back in the starting 11 as I was lining up, about to come into the game, and switched them. Oh my God, Milinkovic-Savic. And I saw that I'd taken Tomori out of that lineup and then flicked across to my reserve side to put Tomori into that, but then forgot to flick back to my full strength, to my starting 11 before entering the game. So I come into this game, what an unbelievable goal, with my rotation 11, but I don't think Engel would have saved that regardless. That's a hell of a goal from Milinkovic-Savic. Right, up against it at the minute then. Let's try and work this back in our favour. That's how. Sir Phillips. McKennie is there. Does well to step away from the man, Mateus Cunha. It's Weston McKennie. Oh, what a save from Kepa. McKennie so close to scoring his first goal for the club. Goal at his mercy. And he's... I tried to put it in the corner. He's drifting towards that corner, but close enough to the keeper for him to be able to get to it. That's going to drop here to Jamie Shackleton. We're set up to Calvin Phillips, who scored a wonderful goal in the last episode. Brandon Cooper, is that a foul? It's not. And the counter-attack is on here. Dybala to Reece James. Dybala again. Tomori stepping in against his former team. Calvin Phillips trying to hold off Dybala now. There's Weston McKennie. Jared Bowen. It's a bit of space to break into here. Oh, the angle was narrowing. I couldn't have pulled it back to a teammate because Milinkovic-Savic was there with me. So the corner will come in here from Bowen again. McKennie could win this. It's going to drop free. Atal will get to it first. Twist and turn and try and find some space. McKennie. Calvin Phillips. Shackleton. Oh, he's just missed the target. Picked off by Brandon Cooper there. Ball quickly to Shackleton. Kuna's there. Can we replicate Milinkovic-Savic's goal? Close to. But Kepa's there to make the save on this occasion. We're getting better in this game and look more dangerous than we did in the opening 15 minutes or so. Reece James into Rafinha. Dybala looking for Tammy. So Reece James, Brandon Cooper pulled out of position, but he's gotten a good footing. And Atal will find Phillips. McKennie looking for Jamie Shackleton. Found well. Jared Bowen is on that far side. He's just run offside though. Work it to Cunha. Spin the defender. Oh, Fabian has done well. Oh, but they've not gotten it away well. And Saint-Maximin will face up Reece James here. Here's Mateus Cunha again. And Jared Bowen was who I wanted to play that to. And he tried to play it forward to McKennie. 10 minutes to go till half time. Still 1-0 down here at Stamford Bridge. Desperate to get myself back level at least before the break. Oh, but I just can't find that final ball or finish. Into Shackleton to McKennie. Cunha, make me a run. Don't just stand there. Running is Calvin Phillips. He's got an eye for goal this season, apparently, Calvin Phillips. Keeps arriving in really promising situations. I'm going to pull this back to him on the edge of the box as well. Right then. Not really too sure what he was doing there. Into Cunha. Defenders with me. Oh, beautifully done. McKennie. Reece James did that, hit an arm. Nothing given. Oh, I think that was handball. Phillips brings that down. We've just been all over Chelsea since they scored their goal. But I just can't score myself. It will not go in. 1-0 down at the break. Atal. Saint-Maximin. Phillips. McKennie's going to be in a good spot here in the middle. Cunha's movement has been quite poor in this game so far. In fact, very poor. But somehow... Oh my God, I can't score! Calvin. Cunha. Oh, at last! Jesus wept. Oh, does that count for two? He came across the line. I've scored again, lads. We're 2-1 up. Ref, please help me out. Oh, Mateus Cunha has not been on fire in this game. Kepa has. But finally, the ball is in the back of the net. Twice. And again, please. Milinkovic-Savic. Forward to Dybala. Go down the line to Rodrigo, but he's taking it on himself and he's run straight into Emerson. And he's won the ball back from Emerson. Here's Tammy. I want to let him get it to Rodrigo. He's done exactly that. Oh, looking for him again. Tomori. Don't get too adventurous. I still need to be solid defensively. A quick 1-2. Calvin Phillips is loving getting forward recently. He's going again. Oh, Calvin nearly played in. Win that header, Emerson. Well up. Oh, not very well aimed, though. Oh, Bowen's done well. Oh, but then his turn's terrible. Oh, he's won it back again. Oh, and then we've given it away again. Apparently, Arkadiusz Milik could be on his way to Chelsea. I don't know whether they need him with Tammy and Dominic Calvert-Lewin in the squad as well. And Dybala, who could probably play at striker too, rather than just at cam. Nice tackle by Calvin Phillips there. Let's get this away, please. Shackleton across to McKennie. Saint-Maximin to Cunha, who's away from one defender and away from two more. And I've got Jamie Shackleton in the middle. Oh! Berda swings at it and it actually nutmegs Jamie Shackleton on its way through. Bowen is trying his hardest to win this back against Emerson, putting Chelsea under some real pressure here, but they're riding it well. How on earth did that find its way through his legs? Unreal. Right, Donyell Marlin is going to come on for Jarrod Bowen, who's been very good, but time for a little change. I'm going to move Shackleton there, Cunha there, actually, yeah, and then let's bring Tyler Wright on, and I'll move Marlin to striker. Right, 2 changes. Come on, lads. Or 3 changes, actually, including Adams as well. Let's get this dub. Dybala. Back to Fabian. Dybala. Out to Rafinha. All right, a little bit too much, lads. Calm down. Cross here to Milinkovic-Savic. I still can't believe his goal, to be fair. Shackleton tackles him, though. And the chance is on for a counter. They've left themselves open here. Oh, Wesley Hoop with the most important interception of his entire career. Marlon was clean through in behind and Hoot has stopped it. What on earth? What an incredible interception. Was that his last action? Was that Hoot going off as well? No, it was Berda, the other centre-back. Unreal. Nacho Fernandez coming on for them. I can't believe he's cut that out, to be honest. I was certain we were in there with Donyell Marlin. It was 2v2. I was already getting ready to commentate us going in front, which we have now done in the 88th minute. Mateus Cunha arrives, Marlon off the bench to get the assist. We lead at Stamford Bridge. Oh, my accidental mistake of starting the wrong team won't punish us. Out to Rafinha. Good tackle by Tyler Adams. Donyell Marlin will lift that. Whoa! I don't even know what that was. I want to see that pass back again. The final whistle has gone. I don't think I've ever seen that animation. That passing animation. He turns here and then... Oh! What even is that? Skips it with one foot onto the other and then passes with the outside of his foot. I've never seen that animation before. Boop, boop. That's disgusting from Donyell Marlin. I didn't even know you could do that. We win by 2-1 at Stamford Bridge. Not the way round I expected it to happen, but we've gotten the victory. Oh, I bet they only had the one shot. Well, we certainly deserved the victory then, didn't we? Newcastle 2, Bournemouth 1. Neither side will be affecting us at the top of the table, you wouldn't have thought. Why didn't we see more of Tyler Adams? My fault, but I can't say I started the wrong team in a press conference, can I? With 2 goals, Cunha was the hero today. It wasn't an impressive performance, but yeah, the entire team deserves credit for this result. Unbeaten so far, the streak is rolling still, and we do have what it takes to keep it going. Oh, I got away with one there. City have closed to within a point of us, so we are going to have to ensure that we keep this run of form up. Finally, Engels' handling is into the 80s. It's about time. It looks like, so far, it's going to be a 2-horse race for the Premier League title, although that could change, of course. We'll wait and see. On international duty. We'll wait and see what happens later in the episode. Who have we got next? I think the next one was the Sim one, wasn't it? Yeah, Sim West Ham at home. Sim Arsenal at home. I'm not going to sell a towel. Sim West Ham at home. Sim Arsenal at home. Oh, and play Ajax. That's it. And play Ajax before we have Bradford midweek. Actually, I'm going to want my first team for that Ajax game, aren't I? So this reserve side are actually going to get another run out here. They just beat Arsenal by 2 goals to lead, 2 goals to nil at West Ham, but they did get a win. Wow, they missed a penalty after 4 minutes. They did get a win against someone else prior to that defeat. What are they going to do here? Half time at 0-0. Marlon is on for Cunha. Lads, Saint-Maximin with an injury. No, don't do that to me. Hopefully he's not out for too long. Ah, West Ham take the lead through Wenzel Halls. Our first defeat of the Premier League season is one that shouldn't have happened. We surely can beat West Ham. Yuck. 9 days for Saint-Maximin. That's manageable at least. He won't be available to start the next game though. Or, sorry, available to come off the bench in the next game though. That's infuriating. If I was to play every single game this season, we'd end up with a 30 episode season, and nobody wants that. So I am having to sim some games. If I beat AC Milan, I could have perhaps afforded myself to sim this Ajax one, although with the way Ajax are playing in the group, no. It is definitely the right way around to sim the game, or sim these games the way we have. It just, unfortunately, hasn't worked out on that occasion. We have a high quality squad, and it's our responsibility to try and get ourselves through to the knockout stages, which hopefully victory against Ajax will take us one large step closer to doing. We'll also replace Saint-Maximin on the bench. We'll play in black for the first time in ages, actually. I've been able to play in my white kit quite regularly. We'll put Tyler Wright on the bench. Right then, I could do with winning this, very much so. The Ajax team that lead the group, Lassina Traore playing for them. Max Meyer in the midfield. Cedric Bakambu on the bench. They still have Onana in goal. Fernandez in defence alongside Gabriel. Gravenberch is a decent player. It's not an incredible Ajax team, but obviously they're pretty decent because they're top of our group so far and beat AC Milan, who embarrassed me almost. So we'll wait and see what happens in this third and final game of the episode. But I would like to get back to winning ways in Europe, if you don't mind. He's offside there, surely. Sancho. Back to Hakimi. Renato. Inside to Tyler Adams. Forward to Orlan. Oh, I don't know. They're kind of poop. Oh, what an interception from Gabriel. They're kind of poo-pooing Ajax's ability there by saying nobody really expected them to be top of the group. I'll be honest, I didn't expect them to be top of the group. I thought ourselves or AC Milan would be there, but it's not like Ajax don't have a European pedigree. If it was CSK Moscow that were top of the group, then, you know, maybe so. You would have said, that's a bit questionable. But Ajax being top of the group after 3 games is certainly something within the realms of possibility. Should really have put us 1-0 up there with Tyler Roberts, but wasn't able to tuck it home. We're going to back to him here and into Orlan. Now roll the defender. Oh, it's really cynical from the defender. Fernandez is going to get himself a yellow card here. I was surely going to bury that with Orlan once I turned. Oh, it's a free kick in an awkward position. I can't take it short because he's obviously got a man right on his shoulder there, Donyell Marlon. What I could do is lay this off short, get it back, and Orlan, still can't score. Ah, man. Oh, Jesus, what was that? That was an awful pass. Thankfully, Hakimi's going to have the pace to get that back. No, Hakimi, what are you doing? Is he onside, Blanco? Or is he off? He's off. Jeez, calm down, Ches. Forward to Traore. It's just a monster. Look at the size of the guy. It's outrageous. Lovely ball through for Dest. And Ben White can't get there. And Traore's... Oh, my God. Traore arrives. And how does he arrive? Christ. Ball at the top to Dest. I thought Ben White was going to get there. It's a lovely quick turn from Dest. And the ball inside was nice too with a little no-look pass. But... I don't think anybody expected him to finish first time in quite that fashion. Lassina Traore makes it 1-0. His 7th goal in the Champions League in his 4th group stage game. Wow. That's where all of their goals have been coming from. And the way he tucked that away, you can see why. Sanchez to Tyler Roberts and across to Tyler Adams. Ajax are getting quite defensive here as well with their formation. Has the AI learned how to play against me? I'm not sure. Could cross that in. Cross is just not that successful on FIFA 20 though. 19, you'd have crossed that in all day long to head that home. Especially if you had Emmanuel Sabi up top. On this game, headers are just not worth it. They've been nerfed so much the other way that they're pretty pointless. Asina Traore is dominating this game though. He's involved all over the field as well. Tyler Roberts has intercepted that nicely though. And Renato could get this out down the line. I tried, but they've snuck it back off me. Traore to Gravenberch. Back to Leuven. Traore, Gravenberch ahead of him. He's just run offside. Alvarez, Meyer, Lacina Traore. I'm terrified of him now. Back to Leuven. Blanco. Gravenberch. Oh, smash time off the base of the post. 2-0 Ajax. We're on our way here to getting grouped in the Champions League. Not what we wanted. Hakimi. Sancho. On there to Renato. If we don't claw this back, we are finding ourselves in a really awkward position in the Champions League where, cleared away by Fernandez, where we could find ourselves eliminated at the group stage in our first Champions League season. And because we're ending the series after this season, our only Champions League season could end in Champions League exit far, far earlier than we want it to. I'm not sure what I'll do if we get grouped in the Champions League. Maybe we could have like one more season where I simulate every game other than the Champions League and just play the Champions League games and try and win the Champions League with this Leeds side. Because we look good in the Premier League to at least challenge for the title this year. But I don't want to get grouped in the Champions League, or I don't want this save to build up all the way to the Champions League for us to then get grouped in our first chance to play in the competition. That's just not how I want the legacy of this Leeds save to go down. Cedric Bakambu off the bench for Ajax here. Nice little back heel. Alvarez. Well, that's wild from him. But it's been another wild performance from us. Wildly poor. 2-0 down. This will be the first game we haven't scored in as well, I think. First played game we haven't scored in at least. If we end the game without a goal, Jadon Sancho looking to get in behind here. And I do have options, so I'm going to pull that back. And Renato does get us one back. But is it again going to be too little too late? It's 2-1. It was too little too late against AC Milan. And I think it's going to be too little too late against Ajax as well. We're going to have to end the Champions League season, or Champions League group, sorry, by winning 3 of 3. There's no other alternative. We have to win every single Champions League group stage game we have left. I can't believe it. I didn't expect. They did dub it as the group of death in commentary when I was playing AC Milan. But, sorry, that's time. That's game. I didn't think it was the group of death. But it's turning out to be the group of death. And we're the ones that are dying. Ajax 2. Leeds United 1. I had enough chances in the game. I just couldn't score. Milan and CSKA go up against each other next. I imagine AC Milan are going to win this. Saint-Maximin, I can't rely just on him. We must do better. Giving Tomori the chance? No, I'll say I'm fully responsible. But Tomori wouldn't have made any difference in that game. We deserved more. But what does the Champions League group look like at this stage? And that defeat to West Ham has knocked us off top spot in the Premier League as well. What a bittersweet episode. CSKA lost. So we are going to need to win our 3 remaining games to ensure that we go through. Unreal. I expect more from you, Elliot. A loan offer for Joel Morris, which will be rejected. I can't believe it. Who else did I have to talk to? Oh, Jadon Sancho. You are playing almost every single game, Jadon. Chill out. Right, we shall sim Arsenal then. A transfer for Renato Sanchez. Reject. Go away, Tottenham. You're not having him. And then it's Bradford midweek. What's the first thing? They'll be fine. They'll be fine to play. Oh, come on. Let's win this game against Arsenal and then beat Bradford as well. Arsenal have Macy in goal, and he's their only keeper. Still, we have to win this. Marlon gives us a 1-0 lead after 15 minutes. Malacia gets apparently booked in the foray afterwards. Militao getting a yellow card as well. Let's not get a player sent off, shall we? Let's grab a second goal. Yes, Jadon Sancho. Yes, Erling Braut Haaland. We're going to win against Arsenal. Good. What's City doing? I haven't seen their result yet. Rodrigo scores to make it Chelsea 3-1. Abraham makes it 4-1. City beat Newcastle by 3-0, so they're going to stay top. Bradford next in the Carabao Cup. We can comfortably get through that with a simulated game. Is Alan Saint-Maximin back for this? He should be, I think, shouldn't he? I think Alan Saint-Maximin will be back for this game against Bradford. He is, but clearly not fit enough to start. So we'll put John Morris. No, we'll put Tyler Wright out there. Hopefully it doesn't bring Saint-Maximin on off the bench. I should probably take him out, but never mind. They beat Cambridge, of course, in this competition earlier on this season. So it's a chance for me to get revenge as a Cambridge United fan. Chance for me to get revenge on Bradford. Not revenge on Leeds. Revenge on Bradford. And we've gone 1-0 up through Tyler Wright, actually, in the 9th minute. So certainly putting him in the starting lineup was a good decision. And so far, that's the only goal of the game. Saint-Maximin has come on. Tyler Wright scores again. I should have taken him out, shouldn't I? He's going to be absolutely dead. Hopefully there's enough of a gap. 3-0. That's game over. We're going through. I'm not sure what the next batch of fixtures look like with regards to the frequency at which they're coming up. We've got Swansea on the Saturday, then Ajax midweek, then Villa. Right, I'll split December. We'll go 3, then 3, and then December will be 3, then 4 as it stands. Although there's going to be a Carabao Cup game to come in there somewhere. Right, well, tomorrow then we'll have Swansea, Ajax and Aston Villa. And hopefully we can get ourselves back top of the Premier League table and back in contention for progression through in the Champions League group. But tomorrow's episode is going to be very, very important. Do drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Do follow me on Twitch. The streams will be returning there on Monday. Like I say, tomorrow will be my final stream on Mixer. But for now, thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.